on my way to the American Film Institute in Hollywood, and it's quite exciting. Our PSA made it into 3 nominations, including the Gold Award. Very exciting indeed. I mean, I'm gonna be like an hour and a half early. I'll just sit in the parking lot and sleep. We want to represent Leichman tonight and celebrate whatever the outcome is. We're representing, and that's all that counts. But let's see if we win anything. And we just might. Trying to find our way to AFI, and there it is. All right. Ready to roll. By the way, this is not considered distracted driving because I'm not in the street yet. I have to honestly say I've never been here before. Ah, there's the Mark Goodson screening room. That way. We have arrived, so here we go. Wish us good luck. Ready to view our PSAs. Let's do it. Let's go. Going in. Just follow these people. Going in.
No, man, it's not actually.
Let's see on the inside. Johnny, what do you say? This is going to be exciting, huh? Let's see our PSA you worked on. Yeah, I don't know what you were doing. Were you a clapper? Were you a camera? I guess you were something. Say hi, Chris. The main team right here. Yeah. And then we have the Urias Digis right here. Coming out on a beautiful Friday night. Thank you for coming out. Let's have a good time and enjoy the show.
Welcome to the 4th annual Streets Art Safe Film Competition Awards Ceremony. I'm very excited you're all here. I hope you're excited to be here, and we're going to have a great evening. I wanted to start this off by telling you a little bit of history about this film competition award ceremony and where it comes from. First of all, this award ceremony started in a single school, Reseda High School. Where's Reseda High School? Right there. It started when Streets Are for Everyone was just a brand new nonprofit, and Reseda High School was just starting its newly formed magnet school for arts, entertainment, and media. And the first year was only from Reseda High School, and it was 3 submissions, 3. And they all won, 1st, 2nd, and 3rd place. By 2017, we decided to open it up to other schools, and a number of schools jumped on board. We had 8 schools, 36 entries, about 100 students participating. In the end, 23 final submissions were received. Now, how many of you, in one way or another, were here or part of that 2017 first multi-school year? Yeah? Yeah. Good. Sarah in the back there was part of that first year. Well, 2019, here we are. We've grown thanks to a partnership with Los Angeles Police Department. And this year, Beverly Lewis, who I've been working a lot with on this film competition, and she's been very dedicated to growing this and making this a successful film competition. So thank you for that. This year, we're about 2 to 3 times bigger. We've had 15 schools, 50 entries, over 200 students, final submissions. We had 32 final submissions that came in this particular year. So it's definitely grown as a competition, and we look forward to growing it even more in the future. Now, there's a story behind this competition, and it's actually my story. It's honestly more scary, more amazing, and more real, and more miraculous of a story than you could possibly imagine. Now, to tell you all of the story of my story as to why I started this film competition would probably take an hour or two, but let me tell you a little bit about it. But first, to understand this story, you have to understand, we're going to back up for a moment in this story, and if I can make a slide change on this. This story starts with me on February 17th, 2013. I was hit while cycling in Griffith Park and dragged nearly a quarter of a mile underneath the car from the streets down the 5 freeway at freeway speeds, left in traffic lane on the 5 freeway with my right leg ripped off, amongst other injuries. Next slide. You can see here, this was in the hospital just a couple of days after I was hit, and I was, let's just say, not in stable condition. But obviously I survived. Not only did I survive, not only did I survive, but I took what happened to me to try to save lives of others. Mine was a hit and run. And that first year, I essentially worked every media line that I could to focus on raising awareness of hit and runs, just like you're working on raising awareness of distracted driving, drunk driving, bicycle safety, various different PSAs. I was focusing on hit and runs, and in doing that, I was able to drop hit and run crimes by 16% in a year. But it's not all about hit and runs. There's a lot of issues out there, and to understand how bad it is, next slide. These are some of the facts. Los Angeles is the deadliest major city in the US for traffic collisions. Traffic collisions are the #1 killer of children in Los Angeles. In Los Angeles, traffic collisions cause more deaths than gang violence. In LA County, there are over 42,000 people every year who end up in the hospital or dead due to traffic violence. Not all of them die, and the majority of them survive, but they end up in the hospital. LA has the highest percentage of hit and run crimes of any city in the US, 48%. In other words, you have a 1 in 2 chance. To compare that to the rest of the US and the world, in 2017, there were 37,133 traffic fatalities in the US and over 2.3 million people severely injured. In the world, the fatalities top 1.25 million. That's more than all of the wars combined every year. Traffic violence is the #1 killer of young adults in the US and the world. It costs the US economy $871 billion. So this competition that you're part of is not just about learning how to make great films and becoming better filmmakers. It's also about changing the view on saving lives and making the streets safer. So you're part of a bigger movement than just a film competition. And for that, I thank you for being part of that. Our next presenter is not only one of our street safety judges, but has also helped to make this year's competition the largest one yet, and it's one of the reasons why you're all here tonight. Commander Beverly Lewis was born in South America. I did my research. Raised in Brooklyn, New York, and she began her law enforcement career as a police officer in 1991. Commander Lewis is currently over all of the LAPD traffic divisions for the city of Los Angeles, about 700 officers. Now, because running 700 police officers is just not enough to do, Commander Lewis is also a member of the Association of Black Law Enforcement Executives, the National Organization of Black Law Enforcement Executives, the Los Angeles Police Women's Officers Association, California Homicide Investigators Association, California Narcotics Officers Association, and National Black Police Officers Association. Please welcome Commander Beverly Lewis.
Good evening. How is everybody? Okay, I was warned I only have about 1 to 2 minutes, but I hope Damien will indulge me. So, traffic safety is not only my professional passion, it's also my personal passion. In 2005, I was also the victim of a hit-and-run driver. And I was on my way to work doing something that we do every day, and struck by a hit-and-run driver who decided he wasn't going to stop and see if I was okay, and he took off. I broke my back and my ankle. My daughter's first birthday, I was in a wheelchair, not knowing what the rest of my life was going to be like. But thankfully, like Damien, I was able to make a full recovery. And from that day, like you, I knew traffic safety was going to be one of my passions. And thankfully, I'm able to do so through my professional aspirations. So I'm really, really excited, and thank you for allowing the Los Angeles Police Department to partner with you with this PSA contest. I want to say to all the young people out there that took part in this, the work that you do is so important, and it's so vitally important that you reach out to your peers. You guys live in a world where technology is a gift and a curse. The technology has led to distracted driving and unfortunately fatalities, not just injuries like mine and Damien. We've had 79 fatalities thus far year to date in the city of Los Angeles, 18,000 traffic collisions, many of those as a result of distracted or distracted driving, distracted texting. So I commend you for reaching out, being a part of this, and especially impacting your peers, because they need to hear the message. And I was really, really inspired by what I saw when I was doing the judging. So kudos to you. I encourage you to take part next year as well. We will be a part of this program. I look forward to being bigger and better next year. And I will get on to my category. So my category is funniest PSA. And the first one is distracted driving by Leichman, CPTC. Jimmy rides his bike, Reseda High School. Drive safely, Canova Park High School. Being safe and visible while on the road, Reseda High School. Distracted driving, the team of Elizabeth Solis and her team from Reseda High School. And Wake Up, Reseda High School. May I have a drum roll, please? There is, it's like the Oscars. From Leichman CPTC.
Watch it along. Only does the Leichman Lions. And to treat the fifth class, only the mid-economy, only the plate, only the police officers who are leading, only the mind persons in my costume, only the students. Only the Lupe, Chucky, only the Chucky in the hell. Only the tree, and the fifth class, and the nearest maker, and it's only the nearest. On the first is May, I only say, or 2019, I only the head patient, I the good, I only the economy, and then I only the patient the job. Yes, I do.
In case you didn't get some of that, he was the police officer in that particular video.
The nominees for most effective is On the Curb, Claremont High School, Game Over, Claremont High School, Look for Ways, Gladstone High School, That's Why, Golden Valley High School, Distracted Driving, Leichman, CPTC. And the winner is from Claremont High School, On the Curb.
We've got our final grand prizes coming, and to present the grand prizes, also one of our mentors and judges, Mr. Jalen Moore is born of Afghan and Spanish descent, speaking Dari, Spanish, Arabic, and Pashto. He's a stuntman, actor, producer. Jalen Moore is a true triple threat, known for his perilous acrobatic stunts and fighting style, versatile acting chops, and comedic timing. He's amassed over 60 credits to his name. Currently, he stars in 6, which is on the History Channel, and it basically shows what it's like to be part of the elite Navy SEAL Team 6 unit. Please welcome to the stage, Mr. Jalen Moore.
When he was saying all that, I was like, who's the guy he's talking about? Because that's a hell of an introduction. I'm flattered, really. I was just, did Marcus leave? Is he out there?
He's back and forth there.
Just God bless you, brother. I'll talk to him afterward. That really touched me, and I'm a father of 2 kids, so right now I'm very moved, and I definitely want to check out his organization, which I encourage all of us to. Thank you for having me today. You set the vibe because I was so touched by that. I'm very impressed at what all of you have done and are currently doing in creating these mini films, as I call them, with positive messages to be of service to our society and essentially to the world, to help change. By a show of hands, how many of you want to continue and go beyond becoming filmmakers and working in what we call showbiz? Cool, right on. I see people are like, yeah, cool, awesome. Don't do it. No, I'm kidding. No. So I've been asked to share briefly a little bit about my journey. So I've been in LA for 18 years, and to truncate my story a little bit, it's just that what I encourage, wow, well, I'm still touched by that story. Really, guys, it shook me to the bones. I went to home and I just saw his face. Anyway, through this journey and what you're doing, one thing, first off, I will say is always try to do your best in finding stories to either create on your own or to be a part of that could definitely benefit our world. You know what I mean? I mean, yeah, we'll make our fun horror and whatever films, but if you have the opportunity to make an awesome dramedy or comedy or even action film that can have some kind of a through line that has to do with change and or anything positive with it being service to humanity, I recommend you do that. Do your best to do that. Don't forget that. Let that be your grassroots. Now, also what I want to share is I came out here and I was like, sweet, LA, I'm being an actor, and here we go, Oscars, woo! And a couple years passed, and I'm like, oh my God, I'm still personal training, and DJing, and bartending, and it goes on. As artists, we do everything. Now, the point I'm sharing that to you is sometimes, as you embark on this new journey, you young, bright stars, you may hit roadblocks. And what I encourage you to do is to intuitively listen and go back to your why. Why is it you're doing what you want to do, whether it's being a director or writer or producer, and allowing the universe, God, whatever it is you call it that you believe in, to guide you to your path. For example, I always thought I was going to come here and then boom, be like, a Marvel superhero. That didn't happen yet. But through my journey, through being in Los Angeles, quick story on that, so much of the production kept running to New Orleans years ago. I had friends out there, and they said, yo, you need to come out here and be the local hire because you'd be a shark in the pond. Yeah, I'm like, I'm not doing that. I'm an LA actor, so I roll. Well, I had some guest stars under my belt, but that was about it. So what I did was, this is a long story that I'm really trying to cut short here. But due to building a team for myself, a team of supporters, my girlfriend who now is my wife, a career coach, I'm in martial arts as well, that keeps me sane. I took a leap, shaved my head, recreated my look. I went to New Orleans and lived back and forth for 9 months. I booked 8 films that year. And that transformed my career. And that allowed me to get into a higher bracket where I can audition for what we call juicier, bigger opportunities. And that basically led me to the show that changed my life. It was a show called Six on the History Channel based on SEAL Team 6. You can see it on iTunes or Amazon now. But that audition came through and I took a risk. And I share those with you guys because I always want you to just be free and take risks. If somebody tells you there's rules in Hollywood, don't listen to them. There's no rules. I mean, as long as you don't hurt anybody. But there's no rules. You do you. And if you fall on your face, get back up, you do you again. Figure it out. I got an audition the night before with 13 pages to learn by an Academy Award-winning writer named Bill Broyles. And I'm looking at it, and it was for a role of a SEAL named Buckley. And I'm like, I don't look like a Buckley, I don't look like I'm from Texas. I was the token minority they threw in for the audition because casting loved me. And I was like, man, screw this. So I started changing over a couple of things. Not changing the story, but finding acronyms that worked. I called family, who I had that's in the military, and a Green Beret, and I was like, how can I juice this up a little bit? And name it this, name it this. My wife's like, babe, Bill Broyles wrote that. You're changing his words. And I've been told in Hollywood, don't do that. It's no-no. And I said, I'm not going to get it. So I did it anyway. I made what I felt was more powerful for my audition. I went in there, I crushed it. I didn't hear anything for about 3 weeks. I get a call. My agent's like, you remember that role you auditioned for, Buckley, for the show 6? I go, yeah. She goes, you didn't get that role. I was like, sweet, thanks for calling. She said, oddly, I got a call from the showrunner and creator. They're creating a role for you. I was like, what? She said, they're so impressed with your read and your energy and your positivity and your slate. By the way, I don't give boring slates. I get what you're seeing is what you get. Agents hate it. I love it. I do me. And yeah, they're like, your slate's too long. I'm like, send it or I'm not going to get another one. That's on you. And what they called, they said, what's his ethnicity? He said, oh, his mom is like Spanish, dad's like from Afghanistan. He goes, that's all he heard. He goes, I think it would be awesome to create the first Afghan Muslim Navy SEAL on television. Would he want to do that? And she's like, I'm pretty sure he would. She's like, well, do you accept him? I'm like, yes, of course. And 3 days later, I'm in boot camp with my co-stars in San Diego getting our butts kicked by the Navy SEAls. So that changed my life. But the whole point, in that story is through that whole journey and the journey I've been in 18 years, it's been a journey. I mean, as cliche as that sounds. And what I thought was one path that was going to lead me to it was not. Did I know 18 years ago I'd stand up here and I would be presenting at an awesome event like this? I did not. Did I know that I would fall into producing and writing as well as acting? I did not. I was like, no, I'm an actor and that's it. But now with writing and producing, that's given me more opportunities to do what I want to do. So, moral story again, as I repeat myself, is stay true to yourself. When you hit those roadblocks, find a way around, underneath, over, or through. Don't be harmful to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Seek a community to wrap your arms around, whether it be martial arts, exercise, your parents. Therapy's cool, by the way. I got a therapist. Don't think you're crazy. It's okay. That's allowed too. Or whether it be church or whatever it is you do you for the positivity and to be of service to yourself and humanity. There's my lecture on that within probably 10 minutes. I don't know. It's not the real reason why I'm here. Everybody's like, I want my award. Stop talking. Let's get to it. Let me announce the nominees now. So we have That's Why, Golden Valley High School. On the Curb, Claremont High School. Jimmy Rides His Bike, Reseda High School. Distracted Driving, is it Leichman?
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Leichman
Yes.
CPTC. Look for Ways, Gladstone High School. Reckless, Valley Academy of Arts and Science. Drive Safely, Canoga Park High School. All right, and this one. So, first off, for the bronze, I'm going to copy the commander here. Drum roll. She's so awesome, right, guys? I ain't messing with her at all. For bronze, we have from Gladstone High School, Look for Ways. Now for Best PSA Silver. Silver Surfer here. Drum roll. From Golden Valley High School, That's Why. That was so cool, right? It looks so real. Oh my gosh. All right, now Best PSA for gold. Drum roll, let's go. Get that. Here we go. Last one. Which high school do you think it's from? From Claremont High School.
Jackson and Sunrise. I was at a friend's house last night, and I think I had a little too much to drink. And I was driving myself home. I didn't see the other car coming. They're hurt really bad. I don't know if they're okay.
All right, ladies.
Prize, you have $1,000 for your school art. Now, as a special award, you get to hold that. There's a special award they also get, which is Spectrum One News wants to interview them on Tuesday morning on live TV and talk to them and play their PSA on live TV this coming Tuesday. And I've done a little bit of string bowling behind the scenes there, and that is fully set up, so you are going on live TV on Tuesday morning. So I'd like to do a big round of applause. There were so many people nominated. You got to see really just the best, but there were so many PSAs that were incredible this year from all sorts of schools. They are playing, by the way, out there when you leave here. But thank you for being part of this. Because this, as you can tell, is not just another film competition that you get to submit something, but this is part of a movement to save lives. So all of you are being part of that just by submitting. Thank you all very much for coming. We're going to do photos afterwards outside with all of the nominees, winners, teachers, everyone. We also are going to be doing some interviews, so please hang around, enjoy some more food. Thank you all very much for coming. I hope you will all be part of the film competition again next year, and have a wonderful evening. Good night.
Privilege, you get to come
yes.
to the red. Good, how are you?
Johnny. How does it feel, Jackie?
It feels good.
Right? You deserve it. Wow, you work so hard, right? Filming every day.
Obviously, some work was put in.
So how does it feel?
It feels pretty darn good. We represent Leichman and my students, and I mean, it's just, wow, this was a wow factor tonight. I'm so glad that we had some students come to see this, and we're going to share the pictures next week and share this. I can't wait till Monday. I mean, I never wanted a weekend to go by so fast. I can't wait till Monday morning when I can show this off with my students. We won in the funniest category. Right on. Next
Can't
year,
imagine
we're
funny.
going to go big next year.
You and your class funny?
Oh, you better believe it. Ha ha. This was awesome. We done it. I left the award in the trunk, but I can't wait for Monday to share it with everybody. Good night, all. See you next year. We'll win again. Trust.